if you want to go for something in life, if there's you have a habit, a passion that you like, whether it be it streaming, be it video gaming, be it podcasting, whatever it is, I say go for it. Stay on the course and don't give up. Because you never know what it may lead to. It can lead to definitely big things. You never know that someone might share the same passions as yourself. So I say definitely, if you have a passion, go for that passion. Stay the course. Don't give up, even when things look uncertain or difficult. And in the end, definitely you'll see rewards. You see the end result.
Well, welcome to the debut episode of Collab Release, the podcast where creativity meets collaboration. Each week, we bring on guests from all walks of life, including streamers, artists, hobbyists, and more to share their stories and talents. Together, we'll create an original Lofi track, with all proceeds going to support our guests' endeavors. It's about connection, creativity, and giving back. So with that said, let's make something amazing and introduce our very first guest on this debut episode. So with that, Raj, welcome in.
Thank you, Hes. Wow, that's a as they say W introduction. So thank you for having me on your podcast today, this afternoon, this evening, however you want to say it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm thankful to be here. Thank you so much.
Oh yes, I'm super thankful that you're here. Thanks for agreeing to being on this first episode, because I know you didn't have like any other episodes to like, oh, what am I getting myself into? So just a huge thank you there.
It's my pleasure. I like doing these kind of things, so I'm like, why not? Why not?
Heck yes. So I want to give a little bit of background about you, and then we'll kind of dive deeper into the conversation. But guys, RogTheDodger is a Belgium-based part-time streamer who plays a variety of games on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. He's on a mission to meet fellow gamers from across the world and have fun together. So Raj, I love your Twitch channel. You're doing YouTube videos too. So do you want to like kind of elaborate on all the different things that you're doing?
Absolutely. So, like you said correctly, I do. Yeah, I am based in Brussels, Belgium. I do play a variety of games, shooters, RPGs, JRPGs, adventure games, and from time to time I dabble in scary games and horror games. Well, mostly in October anyway, because it's the big month of scary games. As for YouTube, we have to go way back to I start so my for my YouTube channel I created it like a year ago, maybe over a year ago, and I had this idea of maybe sharing my playthrough of the games that I play on Twitch. And the first game I actually posted was Diablo 4, because I was excited for the game. I had not played Diablo prior, so I was very curious to see how that would go. And I think I had fun. It was, of course, it's a very strategic game. You need to know what you're doing. You can't just walk in blindly, because there's a lot of things taken into consideration. Know what potions, what powers, all those things. So I felt, hey, why not share what I did in the game, in the main campaign, I should say. And it was I think it was well received, and that's why I got the idea of sharing my playthroughs on YouTube. Of course, they're not all the greatest, because I sometimes slack when it comes to video editing. I need to do better this year, should be told. So that's how my YouTube channel started, and I did the same with what other game did I share? I think I did Max Payne 3 as well. I think there's some Max Payne 3 clips, as well as Starfield. Because I was really excited for the game when it came out that year, and I was like, why not share my playthrough and see what everybody else thinks of it. So that's how my YouTube channel was born, and to this day, it's still, I'll say it's semi-active, but this year I'm hoping to make it more active and try and post more of my VODs. Of course, copyright is there, something to to be on the lookout for. But yes, definitely YouTube. That's how my YouTube channel started.
Awesome. Well, that's very cool. You were talking about video editing a little bit and how it can be, you got to really stay disciplined. And one thing I like about your discipline is that there's an entire list of games that you've played all the way through on your Twitch channel. Like you have them listed out, and I was like looking over that before our the episode this morning, and I was just impressed because like a lot of times I'll start a game and I'll play and play and play, and I'll make it like halfway through or like a quarter way through, and then never finish, and then end up starting over because like I'll come back to it like 6 months later, be like, I really want to play this game, but I forgot the controls, I forgot what I was doing, where I stopped, so I'll start over, and then that whole thing happens again. But you play through the games like beginning to end, and I feel like you can take that discipline and apply it to editing or apply it to anything, and you're a rock star in that regard. So yeah, very very cool there.
Thank you, and you're absolutely right. I think with video games, cause I'm the type like once I start a game, I try to give the game a chance, try to play through the story as much as I can, even if maybe I may not like the game a lot. So definitely, I could apply the same discipline to my video editing. Absolutely right. You're spot on that for sure.
Heck yeah. So I want to go like deeper, dive into your passions and vision, kind of like what you're working on and what brought you there. I know you started your Twitch streaming career back in 2022 in March, I believe, and you actually became affiliated that same month. Like it seemed like a few weeks later from what you said. So kind of like going back to 2022, that was like 3 years ago. It seems like so long ago. What kind of what gave you the motivation to kind of want to like dive into Twitch and dive into streaming and all that content creation world?
Oh, that's a good question. Thank you very much. So during the pandemic, or let's say begin the pandemic, no, actually a few months before Belgium went into lockdown, there were some friends of mine who would ask me, "Hey, Roger, have you heard of Twitch?" And I said, "No, no. What is it exactly?" They said, "Oh, yeah, it's a platform where you meet gamers from all over the world who play video games." I mean, of course, it's expanded. It's expanded since then to like music, to arts, to podcasts, to so many other, to cooking as well, gardening, and so many other categories. But I'm mostly a gamer because I've been a gamer since I was 9 years old. So I was like, if I ever do go on Twitch, it's supposed to be for gaming and maybe the odd activity here and there, which I'll try to get into detail further in the episode. But with Twitch, what I did was like, okay, I'm gonna create an account. Okay, follow a few streamers, see what they're about, and then we see if maybe streaming interests me at all. And funny enough, during the pandemic, so this was in February 20, so beginning of 2021, I was living with my aunt temporarily. So I just finished college and I was, had to leave the college accommodation, move to the big city, to Brussels, and had to house hunt or look for my own accommodation. And at the time I was like, hey, you know what? We're in the middle of a pandemic, so I mean I have time. I can go on Twitch. Let's see who's interesting that I can maybe, I could watch and see what they do. So I followed the streamer named Foam Drinker, who at the time, well, he was living in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, and the game he was playing at the time was Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which interestingly I had just started playing myself at the same time. So I was like, let's see how he plays the game, what is his strategy and all that. And I found his community there, and one of the members was like, "Hey, Raj, since you're such a W supporter, because I like to go every day, hang out, watch him play games and stuff." It's like, "Hey, have you ever thought of streaming?" I was like, "No, not really," but I was like, "Yeah, I could give it a go. I could try for like 30 days, see what happens if I enjoy it or not." And that's how it started, basically. So yeah, like you said, in March 2022, I did my first stream on basically from my what I have at the time. I had an Xbox One S. I had my television and my headphones which have a microphone. And that's how I started streaming. I was like, okay. And the first game I streamed was Marvel's The Guardians of the Galaxies. I remember because they just come on the Game Pass at the time. So I streamed that. It was like, oh, okay. So this is what it's about. Basically, you're streaming to people. You're trying to conversate. I have dialogue as you play through the game, which is a something you have to balance because some games don't really get to do that as well. But Guardians of the Galaxy gave me that option because it's not such a fast-paced game. So I tried that for like a month or so, and like you said, I became affiliate. Yeah, basically 2 weeks later. So it was like what towards late March of the same year. And I was like, hey, you know what? I love this, so why not continue? And basically for the next over the next 2+ years, I've been streaming, playing all sorts of video games, trying to complete them. There are a few I've not completed, that I've started
I don't
that I
believe
hope
that.
to get back to. Oh, trust me, I'll tell you which games I've not completed after the episode. But there are a few games I've started, not really completed, or maybe completed off stream. But most of the games that you like you said earlier that you saw on my list on my Twitch profile, yeah, played and completed, and that's what got me into streaming basically. And so that's about how my streaming gig, if you want to call it that, started.
Nice, that's amazing. Yeah, thanks for sharing your story. I've always been curious because like I know a lot, but that's awesome that you shared that. Guardians of the Galaxy, I did notice that was like at the top. So do you have them um in organized by when you complete them? So like the oldest one, and then it kind of like goes chronological after that.
Oh yes, yes, that's the order. Yes, that's the order I go with. That way, if I do want to look back and see what did I play like maybe last year or 2023, I can look back and say, okay, so beginning of 2023, I played this game, and then I ended the year playing that game, and so on. So it helps. So that a short answer is yes. That's the order in which I completed the game.
Nice. And also shout out to Foam Drinka. I always loved his streams and like tuning into his channel. Like they were always super entertaining. So hopefully he's doing well out there. I know he's been traveling, so it's always interesting to like connect the dots from streamers you follow and people you know, and like try to understand how everyone's connected and how like people meet. So it's super interesting. And when it comes to like collaboration and networking and just how everything kind of flows, So yeah, so we talked about
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely, for sure. We talked about kind of like what got you started, and then I know you were thinking about like what you're gonna do going into this new year. It's still like brand new, basically. So
Oh yeah.
we got most of the year left. What are some of your big endeavors that you're really excited about?
Oh yes, like you say, definitely still in a brand new year, still in the month of January. But one of the projects I like to do, one things I like to do, I don't have to be in the first half of this year or to be in the second half of 2025. I like to do a charity stream. Um, I know that's something I've told myself over the years that one of these days I would like to do a charity stream. Um, for a cause that's close to my heart. And that's where it gets tricky because I would need to actually sit down and look at which charity I'd like to do a stream for. I am sure, and I'm not sure if I'm going to focus on Belgian charities. If I'm going to focus on British, American. I'm unsure, but definitely doing a charity stream is definitely high on my priority list because I think it'd be nice to give back, to the give back to society, give back to community, that have already done so much for me since I started streaming. They're the reason that we do what we do as streamers. Whether it's just by hanging out, whether it's by gifting subs or subbing or bits or donos or whatever it may be, or even giving their time. They're the reason that we have a platform to begin with. So I thought a charity stream could be a nice way to like just to say, thank you, for being there, from the very beginning. So that's the major one. That's the major project I have in mind. I am trying to see if I can implement giveaways on my stream as well because I think it'd be nice like to also give back to the community that has done so much for me in more words than I can say. I'm just not sure what I'm going to give away though. That's the tricky part because people are different. For some people, a game might interest them. Others might be like a gift card or something. So those are some details I'll have to fine tune in the coming weeks. So those are the two main projects that I can think of the top of my head at the
Yeah.
moment. I don't know. There's a third one. I'm trying to think. Do I have a third project besides a charity stream and doing giveaways like monthly giveaways? Wow. It is a deep question. I won't lie.
No, that's a lot right there because you're so good about like being consistent and always streaming, sticking to a
Oh,
schedule. And one thing, like I've been following you for so long, and I always notice like new things that you add to your stream from time to time when I
oh
hop
yeah.
on, but it's still the Rog the Dodger stream, but there's still
Oh
like
yeah.
new stuff. Like I remember you had this thing when you did a shout out, it gave like a description of the streamer.
Oh
I thought that was
yeah.
like super cool, and just you're always like implementing cool enhancements to the channel, while still like sticking to the core of like what got you into it. So I think that's really awesome. It's always just like kind of like adding tiny percents to enhance and kind of like tweak as you go.
Thank you. That's very true. Actually, I'm glad you. Yes. Oh, yes. I know. Oh, you're referring to Frosty Tools. I remember. Yes, that's a shout out. Shout out source that I think I saw in another Twitch partner stream. Was it last year? No, the year before. And I liked how like it would give it, like you said, give a shout out and it give a very accurate description of the streamer, like what game they play, the, even the personality or even the previous games. It was very accurate. I was like, wow, this is too accurate. This is too good to be true. And I like it. I'm thinking of re-implementing it actually. Because I know it's changed because at the thing when that first started, it was like, okay, you can do as many shout outs, you won't get a limit per se. But I think now it's like it goes has a cooldown for like 30 minutes. If you want to get rid of cooldown, I think there's like a one-off fee. I think that's what it is. And at the time, someone was trying to explain it to me, but I'd missed it out completely. I'm like, oh, that's what you wanted to tell me. But I like Frosty tools. I think it's a very useful tool to have. And the good thing is you can modify it. You can change how it writes. You can write like in the form of sci-fi. So think Star Wars or Star Trek, or even with Old English, like Victorian English that was popular during the time of William Shakespeare. He can the AI can write your description. You can shout you out and write like in that kind of English. So it's very useful. It's a very fun tool to have. So I actually might implement it again in the near future.
It's
So
good.
yeah, I try to stick to try to implement things like you said and try to remain true to myself.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah,
old English. It's giving me Beowulf flashbacks of having to read Beowulf in old English in high school.
oh,
That was rough.
fun times.
Oh yeah. So yeah, and just like you coming in talking about Frosty tools, that's what one of the things I love about streaming and like podcasts like this. Like we can share different tools and different things, and that's like a big part of the collaboration process. Because there's always things that like I see like from you and other streamers where they're like, oh my god, that's really cool. I want to steal that because I like have some ideas. I think that's what it's all about, just like sharing ideas, and that's a big part of what Full Stream is about too. Is just how do we help other streamers and content creators and artists, and spread the word and get their word out as much as possible. So super excited for that.
Excited. I'm excited for what you have in store for full stream in the year 2025. I'm very curious,
Yeah,
very
so
eager.
for sure. Well, you're a big part of it, so thanks again for doing this episode. And I guess we can dive into the collaborative creation, kind of like the way this whole thing is set up. Part of the element, like the little fun twist about this podcast that'll kind of like make it special, besides the amazing guests that we have, including yourself, Roger the Dodger, is the kind of like the lo-fi song development process. So we'll go ahead and dive into that. We're not actually going to make the song in real time, but we can talk about like what you want to get out of it and what you want the song to represent. Now it's an instrumental, so there's no vocals or anything. So with that, kind of like what mood do you want it to have? And then we can kind of like go into those details.
Dude, I'm excited. I'm very excited to be part of this, part of the process of coming up with a lo-fi song. Very curious. This is my first time doing this actually, so we'll see. We'll see. I'll do my best. I'll do my best to try and be as descriptive, excuse me, as possible.
For sure. So yeah, with that, what vibe do you like when you're streaming and you have music in the background? Like what's your go-to feels there?
Oh, that's a good question. So basically, I like my streams to be a relaxing place to come to. because we already live in a world that's very stressful, and I don't want to be known as the person that adds more stress to another person's life. So I'd say if we're talking moods or vibes, definitely chill, relaxed vibes. That'd be what I'm aiming for if I'm like thinking as a music composer.
Awesome. Cool. That's super helpful. Thank you for that.
Hey, that's my pleasure. I'm trying. I'll Yeah, this is all new, but I'll try to be yeah I'll try to go into details as much as I can
Oh
so that we
yeah,
can make a fantastic musical piece.
for sure. It's going to happen. Um, what are some of your areas of inspiration? Like what inspires you? Could be anything.
That's a good question. Well, I'm trying to think outside of video gaming. Because that already, yeah, that already has inspired me for over 20 plus years. But visiting, I'd say definitely visiting like different towns and cities, whether in Belgium or outside, definitely inspires me because, for example, Belgium is such a diverse country in the sense that when you visit, like, for example, the Dutch speaking uh, region of Belgium, Flanders, you can see already like the infrastructures, no matter which big city you go to, that they're already inspired by by the Dutch because obviously they share a border with the Netherlands. So that inspires me just seeing the different infrastructure as I walk down in the city of, for example, Antwerp, which is one of the biggest popular cities in the region, as well as Bruges, which is the Venice of Belgium, because of the canal and just walking across the canal, walking in the city. So I'd say definitely infrastructures is what interests me the most. They definitely inspire me because each one is different in its own way. It varies from one city or from one region to another. So definitely, we could say infrastructure, landscapes. They definitely inspire me. Also, what else? I would say, from time to time, I like going to different cafes in downtown Brussels. Because obviously Brussels is not a big city like Paris or London or Milan or Berlin, but it's just a vibrant city, especially the city center. When you go towards the middle, like you have a square, um, where you have like so many cafes. You even have like a Starbucks on one end, and different like restaurants and stuff like that. So just going there and seeing tourists from all over the world, just admiring the city, visiting the tourist attractions like the city hall, or there's like a gallery as well that's a bit further down, which is you think like you're entering a castle basically, or like a palace or a chalet with the chandeliers and so on. It's just beautiful to see. So those kind of things do inspire me. I say Brussels as a city inspires me a lot. And I don't know how you can implement that in the music
We're gonna make it
later
happen.
on.
It's helpful. It's all helpful. It's all good.
But definitely, yes, those are things that inspire me as a person, as a Bruxellaar or someone born in Brussels, as we say. I'm trying to think anything else that might come in handy for the lo-fi track.
What about favorite food or
Oh
go-to
yes,
food?
food. Oh yes, food. I'm glad you mentioned food because Belgian cuisine. Okay, maybe it doesn't have a big reputation like Japanese, French, German, etc. But we do have we do have some good platters. So my favorite is uh, how do you call this? Mussels and fries, or moule frites as they say in French, because in the north of Belgium, where there's a coastal area, they catch fresh mussels, and you got like a couple of like restaurants nearby that would, of course, obviously it's a process. You clean them, you catch the mussels, clean them, make sure they're proper, and you cook them in a soup where they add some veggies like leeks and which other vegetable? I'm trying to remember what else they add. I know they add leek, and there's another vegetable they add. If I find the recipe, I'll share it with you, but it's so good, and then it goes well with the fries and a beer, a local beer, be it Lef or like we have over 2,000 different beers in Belgium, so you have a wide range of beers to choose from. some regional, some commercial. So definitely mussels and fries. That's like my favorite go-to meal when I get to eat it. Or if I have friends visiting, I'm like, you got to try this. And not forgetting as well, waffles. Waffles are an important delicacy here in Belgium. And you have basically three types of waffles. So you have Brussels waffles, you have Liège waffles. So this is towards the German, just like the last city you pass before you enter Germany, because it's to the southeast of the country. Then you have Bruges waffles. So what makes them different, I should say, is the how do you say, like the softness of the waffle. So I find the Liège waffles they're quite soft, but not as soft as like from Brussels, which are quite is it not. It's Bruges that the waffles are quite fluffy in a way, and I'll say Brussels are like in between. And the good thing is with waffles, you can throw in like a lot. You can throw fruits like strawberries. I'm trying to think which other fruits. Strawberries, bananas, etc. You can also have put a cream on them. You can put Nutella as well. I've seen that done before. So whenever you go to any of these cities and you find like a waffle shop, you will not be disappointed. The waffles are always top tier quality. So I'd say mussels and fries and waffles are what for me food wise are what inspired me. And then maybe an honorable mention for chocolate, because obviously you're the best chocolate in the world. I know it's biased because the Swiss would have something to say about that as well. Um, but yeah, definitely Belgian chocolate is the way to go. Obviously, you get different like brands like Côte d'Or, Leonidas, and Galère. But my go-to usually is Côte d'Or because you can find it easily in the supermarket, and they have like a wide range. You can have dark chocolate, sweet chocolate, white chocolate. You can find them all in the Côte d'Or brand, I should say. And I'll say those are the foods that inspire me. I mean, yeah, sure, beer, why not? But for me, it's definitely mussels and fries, waffles, and chocolate that are my food inspirations.
Oh my gosh. Well, I am officially very hungry now, and I'm sure all the viewers watching this are hungry as well. So thank you for that.
My pleasure.
Very, very good inspirations. I've been super inspired by food lately as well too, or always. So that's definitely a big one. It's good that you talked about that. Um, so here's some random ones. What about favorite color? What's your favorite color?
Oh, that's a very good question. I prefer personally favorite color is black. Favorite color is black, but I always try to have like at least a bright color. My goodness, I need to remember. I need to go back to what I learned in my art classes back in high school.
Or do you have like
Trying to remember
branding
the color
colors
wheel.
you stick with on your Twitch channel or YouTube channel or anything like that?
Basically, the colors that I use on my YouTube channel, yes, and my Twitch channel. So it's black, red, green. Those are my colors, favorite colors to use. But black is definitely the number one color I'd say on my list.
Awesome. Well, cool. Good deal. And then what sort of inspiration would you like to share with the world, or what kind of like motivation would you like to share with everyone?
Oh wow, that's a good question. What can I share with the world? I'll say if you want to go for something in life, if there's you have a habit, a passion that you like, whether it be it streaming, be it video gaming, be it podcasting, whatever it is, I say go for it. Stay on the course and don't give up. Because you never know what it may lead to. It can lead to definitely big things. You never know that someone might share the same passions as yourself. So I say definitely, if you have a passion, go for that passion. Stay the course. Don't give up, even when things look uncertain or difficult. And in the end, definitely you'll see rewards. You see the end result. So that'd be my motivation to share with everyone this evening or this afternoon for you.
Oh yeah. Boom. That was awesome. Thanks for that, Raj.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Anytime.
All right. I think we have enough to be dangerous with this lo-fi song.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. Lo-fi, yeah, surprisingly, interestingly, I only discovered it like on Twitch, so like 2, 3 years ago, as a genre, music genre, because I mostly grew up listening to like hip hop, to ADM, to listen to rock to this day, some pop music, and from time to time classical music. So when I heard this lo-fi music with no vocals and just instruments, I'm like, I could get behind this. And just hearing people play it on their Twitch channels, even like whether they're like doing a just chatting or if they're in the middle of gaming, it's pretty cool. And just listening to your album last year, your albums rather from last year, I was like, I can definitely go behind this. I can listen to this, whether if I'm gaming or if I'm trying to get a project done or whatever it may be. Definitely, I like lo-fi. I think yeah, it has potential as a music genre to grow even further.
Oh yeah, for sure. And like I wanted to create something that there's so many times that I'm driving and I don't really want to listen to music, but I also don't want to sit in silence and I don't want to turn the radio on and just listen to like advertisements and stuff like that. So it was like there's got to be a way, like the classical station, or like what's some sort of like way to fill that void. And I'm like, oh, lo-fi music. That's basically what it is. It's almost like lullabies for adults. Like if you have a lot of anxiety or just need something to like help you focus, I'm like, I think this music works for that.
Absolutely. I agree. I like how you described it as lullaby for adults, because it's just when you listen to it, you're already like in your zone. You're already focused and you're concentrating. Whether it's like, I don't know, whatever you're working on, it may be video editing, it may be maybe in the middle of playing a very difficult game, whatever it may be. Lo-fi has that effect. Of course, it's like something. I think it's something you have to get used to. It grows on you. It's an acquired taste, as we say. But I agree with you. It's definitely. I was asking myself, isn't that a lullaby for adults or something? And I think we found it with lo-fi. So bravo to you for actually for doing this, for coming up with lo-fi music and releasing albums that a lot of people can listen to, during their days, whether they're working or whether they're doing other things. So I appreciate the project that you started.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Raj. You're a part of it now, so welcome in.
Thank you. Hey, I'm excited to see what you have in store for this year, and also for the track that you're going to work on. Hopefully, my ideas. I don't know. We'll bring something music-wise. I'm very curious because I'm not musically talented, so I just like to listen to good music, and then we see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And little logistics behind that. So we're gonna add, the track has to be written, recorded, produced like in the week, because this is gonna air on Friday.
Wow.
Let's see what's the date. So this episode will go live on January 24th, 2025. The song will be added to the end of the video, so it should like be starting by now because we're approaching the end. And once we do 19 more episodes of Collab and Release, I'm going to take all 20 songs from all of our guests, and they're going to go on every streaming platform. So, and you'll be able to listen to them, download them, use them on your streams and all that. So super excited for that. We just got to get all the guests booked out and set up and all that good stuff, and all the songs recorded, written, all that. So, and then we'll have like volumes. So this first one will be Collab and Release Volume 1, and then we'll have Volume 2, so on and so forth as we do more podcast episodes. So we'd definitely love to have you back on a future episode at some point. Once we get past all the initial 20 for the first round.
Once we get past the 20. Oh,
yeah.
I like that. I look forward to returning. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Oh no, thank you. Yeah, sure. We're one out of 20 is complete, so just 19 more to go after this week. So, but with that, let's go ahead and dive into final thoughts and reflection. Anything that you want to add in about like the collaboration process and kind of like your overall thoughts about the experience on collaborating?
Wow, that is a good question. I'd say collaborating is definitely a good way to like to get to know people and to like learn like different aspects of like whether it's streaming, whether it's podcasting, whatever the subject may be, like what we're doing in this case. I'm learning about like how you're setting up the rest of your podcast for the next couple of weeks, like with having guests, special guests, interviewing them, getting to know their passions, their hobbies, their visions, and the music, and how to help them inspire their music, which I look forward to hearing, at the end of the 20 episodes. I'm very excited. So I'd say it's a good initiative. I like that. I think 2025, for me personally, I definitely like to do more collaborations for sure. I think it's a nice way to like get to see like streaming from a different angle, from a different point of view, and not just one dimension, but from two, maybe even three different dimensions, three different like points of view. So I think it's a good thing. So my final thoughts is keep it up. Look forward to seeing the next episodes in the coming weeks, coming months, and also to sharing, with various communities, the project, because it's a really cool project what you're doing, and I think that anyone who's going to be interviewed by you in the coming weeks definitely, I think, would feel the same way. So I'm looking forward to more collabs in the near future, be it now, a week, a month, whatever it may be. I'm looking forward to it. So that's my final thought for the collaboration.
Awesome. Heck yes, Raj. Those were some great final thoughts. And thank you for all the kind words too on the project. So super excited for it. And big shout out, Raj, to your Twitch channel, twitch.tv/RogTheDodger. Link is going to be in the description of this video. Check out Raj on YouTube, all the social media platforms. Any other things I might be missing, Raj, that you want to shout out, or anything else that I might have missed?
No, I don't think you missed anything. No, I think you're spot on. Yeah, definitely. I'll be trying to be more active this year in terms of like sharing, VOD and stuff on YouTube, especially YouTube. But you're spot on. Yeah, Spotify, Twitter. What am I saying? Twitch.tv. Definitely you find me there for sure. Mondays to Fridays. You have not missed anything at all. You're spot on. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it so much.
Oh yes, I got you, friend. So, and just to recap the episode, we talked about Raj's passions, kind of like how he got started in the process, went deep into the collaboration process. Wow, I need more coffee, apparently. And then we just kind of talked about what full stream elements with the collab and release volumes that we're going to do, and all the proceeds to that are going to go back towards supporting the guest's future endeavors. So that's a really cool thing. The more you listen, the more everyone can benefit, and they can use that towards their stream or endeavors or whatever it is they're doing. So super excited for that, and to get folks involved. And Raj, I'm excited for your charity stream too, and all the cool new things you're bringing into 2025, along with your steadfast consistency when it comes to streaming. So that's always something that, like, I look at your stream like, man, I need to be more like Raj, because there are some weeks where like I'll stream less, some weeks I stream more. I'm like, I need my "What Would Raj Do" bracelet, and I need to wear that every day. So but definitely encourage everyone to follow Raj and all the cool things that he's doing. He's one of my favorite streamers of all time, so I'm like super pumped that he's here for the debut episode, and excited for all the future guests that are going to be on. And that's what I have. That's what I have for right now. So any last words from you, Raj?
Wow, that's excuse me.
Bless you.
Last words. I just want to say, yeah, just thank you for the invite for the first episode of the podcast. I know usually first episodes, they like set the precedent for like for the following 10 plus episodes. So it's definitely nice to like be the first to get invited to be part of a podcast, and to share my experiences, passions and visions for the year, whether it's for streaming or other things, and also to learn more about full stream elements and what you have planned for the year ahead. I'm very excited. I look forward to the new album that you're going to release, or albums I should say, that you're going to release in the coming months. And I'm just glad I got to do this today, and that it worked out in the end. And I'm looking forward to more collaborations in the coming weeks, coming months. I'm looking forward to it very much.
I guess. Well, that sounds good. One last thing that I have. I haven't complimented you on your hat yet. You have an awesome hat. I thought it was like a Santa hat at first, but can you talk a little bit about the hat and then we'll say goodbye?
Absolutely. So this hat or this beanie I'm wearing is so I took part in a charity stream that another streamer did last year, and they had like a raffle. So someone had won a raffle, and they were like, hey, we just give away various prizes to various people. And so there was like this scarf beanie this is actually inspired from the world of Skyrim. Well, the Elder Scrolls. Excuse me. This is not Skyrim. It's from Morrowind. So I was like, hey, I play Skyrim. That was the first game I streamed on PC. So I'm like, hey, this would be a nice gift memorabilia to have. So it was either that or the Borderlands mouse pad. I was like, I like Borderlands mouse pad. I already got one. So I'll go for the Morrowind beanie. So my friend sent it to me last year. I got this like in later, just before winter started. So that's why I'm wearing this tonight, because I love Elder Scrolls. I need to get back to it actually, or Elder Scrolls Online. So that's the story behind the beanie. A raffle that somebody won on a charity stream I took part in, and they decided, hey, why not split the prizes with other people? So definitely my heart goes out to Mojo Jojo for taking part in this, for organizing this charity stream, and I forgot the name of the winner. The name will come back to me at some point.
That's okay.
But I'm thankful to him for what he did, and this is the reason I have this Morrowind beanie. So that's the story.
Yeah, that's amazing. I was definitely there's a Santa Raj emoji out there. I don't know if it's actually being used right now, but I was definitely getting Santa Raj vibes with the hat, so it's good. Except it's not like Christmas colors. It's not like red or anything, but it's super cool.
No.
But I could definitely. Yeah, I could see that being like an Elder Scrolls thing, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I love it. I can share the link with you. I think you can order it online. I'm very sure of that.
Nice.
If it interests you, one day, of course.
I don't want to steal your style. But I appreciate it.
I'm not really that sophisticated style-wise. When it comes to fashion, I'm very, what's the word? I'm not a fashion connoisseur. I'm just a random guy. I just wear what I go with.
You're doing a great job. You got it.
Thank you. You're not looking too shabby yourself.
Oh, thanks. All right, Raj.
My pleasure.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. Remember to subscribe if you're not already doing so to all of Raj's endeavors, to Full Stream Elements, YouTube, and hit the bell for future notifications, like, share, and we'll see you on the next episode of Collab and Release. Bye all.
Bye. Thank you.